Heavy hitter, suckers.
There we go. J45 on a Monday night. Royce the 5'9's in the building, baby. Yeah, make some noise up in here.
Yo.
Word.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, baby?
Yo, this room is popping.
We popping.
For a Monday.
Yeah, I was just in the other room doing another interview, just like one-on-one. It was like therapy. Nah, this is like a party.
Nah, yeah, this is where you need to be.
This is incredible.
This is friends and family.
I need a drink now.
Please do. Do we have anything in the stash, man?
I got one right here.
Yellow stuff?
That's my
good.
new liquor right
Good.
here.
What's up, Royce? Long time.
Yeah, man, it's always good to see you, brother.
Always
you look great.
good to see you. Always
man.
good to see you. You're looking
Good to be
very
here.
festive and colorful and bright and happy.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. This is the I'm not dark Royce. You know what I mean?
I
I come in with the spring colors.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like it.
You know, people here in Detroit, man, they associate it with a lot of bad things. So I came in with the positivity today.
How is home today? How would you? Okay, for the people who've never been to Detroit or who don't get to go on a normal basis, how would you define today's Detroit?
Okay, yeah, well, Detroit.
Downtown, at least just downtown, because there's
Detroit
a
is
lot
not-
of changing going on.
Yeah, it's not somewhere you just go on a regular basis.
Right.
It's like
So you
it's
don't
like when-
vacation in JT.
nah, you don't want to do that.
Damn, Royce, come on.
No, it's a lot of cities like that. It's not a tourist
It's
attraction.
not a destination spot.
Yeah, it's one of those places where if you got family there, then you go and you probably get some of the best food you ever had, and meet some of the best people you ever met before.
Absolutely.
But it's not somewhere you just want to go hang out at. It's one of those places you got to just know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So there's no like
It's home.
tourist setup for like Eminem's
Nah, it's not
house
set
or
up for
something like
outsiders. It's not set up for outsiders. We're just about us.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Yeah, but
the
it's-
Detroit Tourism Board is like,
Yeah,
come on, Royce.
it's
You're killing our city.
But as a city, just all jokes aside, as a city, we're making a great resurgence. Like we're coming from a bankruptcy.
I love that.
Obviously, we got the Flint water situation going
Right,
on, so
right.
we're just trying to bounce back from everything.
Right.
And I don't know what our murder rate is, but I'm pretty sure that's a little. Well, I don't know if that's a little bit.
It might be down.
Maybe down, maybe up, but we're still a great city, man.
The art scene is growing, right? Aren't
Yes,
they,
the
like,
art
getting
scene
a
is
lot of
growing.
artists to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
move there?
I thank the internet for that. I
Right.
thank the internet for that. We're expanding, and there's a lot of very eclectic, artistic people in Detroit that you wouldn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Because people just associate us with all dark, dismal shit, but it's very colorful, artistic
But out of
people.
the dark comes the light.
Yes,
The light.
this is true. This is and we
This
proof.
is
We
the
proof. We proof.
light. Are we guilty? And so is this similar for me? Like, I was born and raised downtown, whatever, Lower East Side, but I lived in Brooklyn for over 30 years, and the Brooklyn that I remember and grew up is no longer that.
Right.
So I have a sense, an old sense of me that's like, oh, brother, this is not the same Brooklyn. But then another part's like, well, I can
Whole Foods is
hold
not
my
bad.
girlfriend. I could hold my girlfriend's hand and have some brunch at this local,
Mimosas.
cool spot downtown.
Artisanal
what, bro, the
mayo.
older-
Is
The
that similar?
Yeah, the older we get, the more chill we become, and the more we like peace. Peace is great. So
Peace
all
is
of this
great.
gentrification that you speak of, it's a great thing. I love riding up Woodward and seeing white people walking up the street.
Yeah, it's crazy.
College kids hanging out. I love that. 'Cause
It's
I don't
crazy.
feel like someone's gonna get shot.
It's crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what Detroit is turning into, and I'm proud of that.
All right, good. Detroit.
I can't concentrate
Brooklyn,
with that girl
it's
on
all
your screen.
good.
Can you lock your
All right.
screen? Who is
I'm
this?
sorry. I have no idea who this is. Let's
She
let's
apparently
see.
has really great abs.
Her name is Fancy 85 Fit. Yo, but her ab game is disrespectful. I'm not even looking at her
She
face.
probably only eats fish and peanut butter.
But she looks amazing.
Was that a little bit of hate? Nah.
A little.
Could have been, man.
It's hard to eat fish and peanut butter all the time.
And by the way, whoever's listening, I'm not flirting with this girl.
Me either.
I'm not even looking. I can't.
It just happens to be still on my page. All right. Let's put it
focus,
down.
Yeah, that's
Let's put it
distracting.
down.
That's
Let's
just
put it
that's a
down.
distraction.
Hey, buddy. Welcome.
How you doing, man?
I'm great.
You know I'm married, right? I'm trying to stay married.
Yes. Yes, I'm with you. He is being a great guy.
Let her
I
know.
promise.
Let her know I was not looking.
I promise.
Put something over your phone.
Yo, the radio
He's
specialist,
looking.
Theo Brown, is taking this into his whole hands. You know what I'm saying? All right, so talk to me. What does Royce the 5'9" want the world to know about Royce the 5'9" right now?
Right now, currently, That's a good question. That's a good request. Like right now, I got Prime 2 available. It's out right now. It's on all platforms.
How the hell that happened?
God, man, God. I mean, I've been working with Preem ever since I first got into business, which was like 1999, and we just developed a great relationship, a great personal relationship, and we worked together on pretty much every project that I did since I've been in the game.
I think I'm asking, what is the phone call like? Is that a text message thing, or does he call you like, "Yo, I got an idea"? Or did you bring? Who came up with the idea?
Well, we had conversations like years back about possibly doing like a full length project type of situation, but we always said let's just do it when the time is right. Let's do it when our schedules line up, the stars align. Right. And I took that as, Royce, get your weight up first, and then let's talk about that because I'm a legend. Good. And he was well within his right.
Nice. Pay some more dues.
He was well within his right. So I kept grinding, and the opportunity presented itself. It was actually an idea for Slaughterhouse. And it came from Mike Haran over at Shady. Shout out to him.
Mike, what up, Mike?
Yeah, so Adrian Young, once we first got wind of Adrian Young, somebody who goes in and composes all his own music without using samples at all. Like everything comes out of this guy's head.
He's dope.
So it was like, wow, okay, with the way that the climate is and how hard it is to clear samples and shit like that, why don't we take somebody like Adrian Young, have him compose pieces, and find somebody who's a beat maker and is a master at chopping samples, and put those two guys together, and have this beat maker only pull music from that one source and do a project that way. So that's what the idea was, and it was for Slaughterhouse. The guys didn't really get that excited over it, and I thought it was too good of an idea to let it go to waste.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was an opportunity for me to present it to Preem in a way where it's like, yo, this is something cool to do. It's like a side project, you know what I mean? It's like a commercial break in the movie that is Royce the 5'9" and DJ Premier.
Right.
And you guys are actually taking this on tour too, right?
Yeah. So we did a tour for the first one. The first one, he pulled music from Adrian Young. The second one, which is out right now, he pulled all the music from Ant-Man Wonder. Okay. So every album that we do, me and Preem, it's gonna be from a different music source. So you never know what it's gonna sound like. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun to do. So we're starting out with some spot dates: Detroit, Los Angeles, Philly. It's like 7 shows that we're gonna start off and do.
Nice.
And then we'll expand the tour from there. I'll probably end up going on the solo tour.
Good. All right. Well, let's play some music and we'll come right back. You're not going nowhere, right?
No, I'm here, baby.
All right, good. Take off your jacket. Relax.
No, it's a part of the outfit.
Pour
it's
drink.
A part of the outfit.
Pour drink.
If I take this jacket off, it's gonna change my personality.
Right.
All right, leave it on there. Are you playing Tried by 12? Oh my God, I haven't heard that in a long. If I was an MC, I would spit. Like, no. This is not. I'm being honest. Like, there's certain beats that I hear that I wish. Oh, if I could rhyme. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. It just feels like I know.
That shit took me back to the Ebony Showcase.
And you, see.
That's what I used to rap over at the Ebony Showcase.
You see,
every single time.
But it was because it was a no-brainer.
That's what it's for. I feel like. And then we did it in the cypher for BET too.
Yep.
That's right.
I remember that.
Requested
Yeah.
that beat. Yeah. That's
That's where Wallo was trying to make the connection, right?
I'm over here working, you know.
Yeah.
That's an MC. That's an MC classic.
I just want you to know, you are touching a legendary laptop. That has a lot of key things in there.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
This is true. This is no secret.
That song.
Yes.
We want to talk about Boblo.
Okay.
So what's the significance of that boat ride?
Yeah, well, let me give you the whole rundown.
The whole story.
Of exactly what Boblo is, just so you know what I'm saying.
I did my research. There's a girl by the name of Sarah Elizabeth.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And back in 1945 or something like that, she was taken off the boat for her color.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
So we thought that was maybe the connection.
That's why I thought the connection was.
Oh,
so
shit,
it happened. Yeah. So this was Boblo, the company.
Excuse me.
Right. Versus the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And what happened was they had hired a bunch of girls to come on and work at this amusement park. Mm-hmm. And because she was colored, she was taken off the boat. And there was a huge lawsuit involved in that. Mm-hmm. And they ended up, the company won. So, they were trying to say, well, this is Canada, so we have full rights.
Right.
So whatever your jurisdiction is,
You are smart.
It
Trust
won't
me,
fly.
I know this.
It won't fly here in the in Canada because that's your laws and this is our laws.
Right.
So
And this was in the 40s?
Yeah, right around the
Yo,
World
Royce,
War.
Yeah, black
My
people,
team-
we didn't win anything back
My
then.
team's all right, right? My team's good.
Yeah, of course. They're great.
I'm just
They're
saying.
great. I'm having a great time.
All right, man. I want to hear his answer.
No, go ahead.
No disrespect.
Okay, yeah. So that my album is it's a lot of reflecting on my lineage and just me growing up. So I grew up in the 80s, so like Boblo to me, I'm so glad you told me that story. Boblo to me, let's talk about what Boblo is. Boblo Island is an island that's on the Detroit River, and it's located between Detroit and Canada.
Right.
For those of you who are not geographically inclined like myself, Canada is right outside of Detroit. So it's one body of water separating.
Yeah.
So it's an island in between, and it's an amusement park on the island. What we would do, we would drive to the dock and we would take this boat ride to the island. So we didn't know which one was more popping, the boat ride or the actual island.
Right.
Everything went down on the boat ride. I lost my virginity on the boat ride.
So
Damn.
that was for real.
So by the time I was
How
able,
long was this boat ride?
I don't even remember. You remember Keno? You remember Keno?
Melissa, chill out. We have guests here.
Yeah, but
It's a great question. He liked
listen,
it.
I was young, but you had to go there and then coming back too. And it was parties, like everything was happening on the boat. Yeah.
Wow.
And like just going to the island and getting girls' numbers, like this was back, and not trying to sound like an old head, but this is back when you had to have the girl write the number down.
Right.
You had to
So
spit
like,
game.
you coming home with like this balled up piece of paper, and it has the wear and tear of your entire day on this paper. And you got like, it's written in her handwriting.
Right.
And
You
it's
gotta
in
figure
ink.
it out.
It's in ink, and there's so many precious memories in this little
can
fucking
smell
piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and it was like so many good memories associated with it, especially my mom and dad getting along with each other on the way there. Me and my brothers not fighting with each other,
Right.
and just a happy time.
Right.
Like, and that's basically what the album is a reflection of. Like, it wasn't all bad, but there was some bad, and it's a light shined on both the good and the bad.
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice.
So I mean, shit, of course racism existed in the 40s everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not surprised by that story, but I never knew the Boblo boat was associated with that.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't know.
amazing. Good job, Melissa. You get an extra point.
Yay.
I should do more Googling.
I have another fun fact.
Okay.
There's the whole J. Cole connection, right? There was another Detroit rapper that brought that together, right?
Yeah,
And that was
Big Sean.
right.
Okay.
And how did that happen? The Boblo song together, and,
Yeah, well, we were me and Cole had been talking about doing some work for a long time.
right?
Because we have such a mutual respect for each other, we didn't want whatever the first thing that we ended up doing to just sound like one of those microwave thrown together. No disrespect to anybody, but it's just you're not really into that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just the respect from a creative standpoint. It's like, yo, we're performing above a bar, and we don't even know where the bar is. We just know that whatever it is, we're gonna know it when it feels right and when it should come out.
Right.
So I went through a few ideas and sent them to him, and he would just get them and be like, "Nah, big homie, I don't think this is it."
Really?
Wow.
Like,
He
I
was
like this-
saying no.
Say no to
Like,
you.
I like this. I just don't think this is the one.
Right.
Like, there was like even some other stuff. Like, it was like some stuff that he was like sending for other stuff, and it was like I would put a verse on it, he would send me something, and it wasn't falling in place. So when he was on tour, he was performing at the same arena that Kendrick was also performing at the following day. So when he was on his tour, he did the arena and he stayed so he can come out on Kendrick's set the following day. So he had a kind of a day of downtime in Detroit. So he hit Big Sean up. I don't know why the nigga just think to call me, but he hit Big Sean up and was like, "Yo, you know anybody in Detroit with a studio?" Sean was like, "Yeah, nigga, Royce got a studio out there." So he was like, "All right, cool." So he hit me up and I was like, "Of course you could use it." I had already been there for a couple days. I was kind of tired. So he showed up and I was just gonna give him the key and just let him use the facility. And then right before I was about to leave, he was just like, "Yo, what's up, man? You got something? Play me something." So I started playing him some shit off the album, and he started playing me beats, and one thing led to another. And then, once I pulled that beat up, everything just kind of fell into place. It was no overthinking, no hypercritical. Yeah, it was just organic. It just felt right, And it
I
just,
think when people meet up, it's always a better.
It's way
Yeah.
better.
Always.
Them planning it out.
usually if it's the right personalities.
Right.
Because I've worked with some people who are very talented who I would never work with again. Just like that sometimes.
Ouch. All right, let's play another song. What we playing, Mr. Walla?
I got a record called Dumb up here.
All right, let's play.
Dumb.
Featuring Westside Boogie, produced by S1. Let's go.
Shade 45, Royce 59 in the building. Y'all want to talk to him, man? Call us up. I don't know. The number's there somewhere. Y'all know the damn number.
888-742-3345.
Do you even care if we care?
Of course I do. What else do I have?
But how do you like? Okay, you and your manager, your team, studio. You make the album. You think you know what's hot, and then no. This DJ in Detroit be like, that shit is hot. New York says this is hot. LA. How do you ride with what your gut is, or you kind of take a little insight from the industry and the DJs or your peers?
I think you got to learn how to find that balance. You got to take a little bit of each.
Because we could like one thing and then.
I think if you just stay in tune with like what's going on online and like what everybody is kind of feeling, and I always like to look at the most previous feedback of anything that I release, and kind of get a gauge of what they want from me. You know, because it's one thing to make a hot song. I was just talking about this earlier. Like, it's very important to learn your brand and just like get to know exactly what they want from you. Because I could have put out Mask Off, and people would have people would have been like, that ain't what we want to hear from you.
But then your fans would be like, what's happening?
What are you doing here?
And that's a fucking great song.
Right.
That is a great song coming from Future.
Right.
That's what made it great.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he realizes what his fans want, and he's able to tap into that and hit his target. And that's basically what we try to do as creative people. So so I pay attention to what's online. I run things by my team, but most importantly, I follow my gut. But it's a mixture. It's a mixture of everything.
Yeah, we do the same thing. I just wanted to make sure. Royce, what's next for you, man? What's immediately next for you?
Immediately next, I'm gonna focus on the touring. I expect for this album to have a long shelf life. I expect it to have long legs because there's a lot to delve into on the album. There's a lot to take in. I'm gonna shoot a lot more visuals, and then I'm also recording my next album. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time in between albums, like overthinking. I got my personal shit that I wanted to say out of the way.
That's
and I'm looking to make more broader music now and just have fun with it. In a good place.
That's important. I think it's important. 99 Royce 9 on tour did what?
99 Royce?
That 2018 Royce would never even think about doing anymore. What's the difference between
drinking? Drinking. No more drinking for me.
What made you stop?
I started doing, shit that would be perceived as corny.
When you were
really drinking. I'm an addict by nature. I'm genetically predisposed to it. My dad was an addict. My big brother's an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic. I started doing stuff, and I was thinking to myself like, yo, am I gonna be the corny guy? Like getting exposed by girls and all this type of shit. Like, this ain't what I signed up to do. I just wanna I wanna rap. I wanna show up. I wanna do my job. But most importantly, I wanna leave here sharp, and I wanna leave here with my family intact. Like,
so you checked yourself.
Checked the shit out of myself.
Right.
Checked the shit out of myself. But I had to admit to myself that I couldn't do it by myself. And that, so
that's dope.
In September it'll be 6 years.
That's dope. Congratulations to you on that.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
Yes.
Big up your goddamn self on that one.
Thank you.
Royce.
Yes.
Who does Royce dig today? New rappers, guys who've only been out 2-3 years. Anybody you feeling? Anybody you kind of like? I like this guy, man.
Yeah, I like JID. He just hit me up recently about doing something. I'm looking forward to that. I like Joyner Lucas. That's family. I think he's great. I like 6 Lack, man. I know a lot of people don't consider him a rapper, but he is. He's like a rapper with melody.
Right.
He's like a hybrid. It's like a Tesla.
That's kind of like what's happening now. Yeah.
He's like a Tesla. He's like a Tesla where the wings go up, the doors go up.
Right.
He's like that. Like, he's probably my favorite. Him and Anderson .Paak are probably my 2 favorite.
Would you do some
right
records
now.
with them?
No, I haven't. I don't.
I'm saying, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's
absolutely.
dope.
I would love to.
Is that part of the broader
Nah, it's not even, like you asked me, who I was feeling. I didn't even really think about it. Like, yo, I really got to work with. I really like to give people their
Who's
props.
somebody that you feel like you should be listening to, but you're not?
I should be listening to, but I'm not. I don't know. That's a good question. Can I get back to you on
Yeah,
that
sure.
Because it's a
Just email us, bro. We got
Right,
you.
right. You coming back though on the show anyway.
yeah, no, it's
We have a caller.
honestly, this is a very sensitive climate that we're in today.
Right, you can't really say
You gotta
anything.
be really careful how you use people's names. Cause I'm like one of those people. Like, let me just give you a fun fact about me. I really like to fight. I don't
Do
know.
you?
I don't know what my problem is. Like, I'm too old to be feeling like this, but I like fighting. Like anytime. No time is a bad time. I'm available all the time. 5 in the morning, 5 p.m., 11 p.m. I just feel like I can just make easy work out of anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like I like punching people. I like being punched.
This is horrible, Royce. This is
so
not,
it's like I
This
don't
is horrible.
I don't need to be saying people's names because
I
it's
thought
just
we were
not
in a
good
good
for business.
space.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I am in a good space.
Spring colors. What
Yes,
happened?
yes.
I'm in a great space.
Listen,
He
just
is,
because
he
he's
is.
wearing pastel doesn't mean he's
Doesn't
not
mean
going
you
to
can't
fight.
punch somebody in the face.
Remember De La Soul? They used to make fun of him for wearing the flowers. They said,
Right.
well, nah, we fuck y'all
I'm
up.
hiding. I'm hiding behind pastel right now.
Yeah.
I wear these colors so I don't got to roll with security, man.
Ow.
They see these colors and they like, he's
He's
square.
nice.
All right, let's go to phone lines real quick. Who we got?
We got
Anybody?
Gabe from Wisconsin on the line.
I can't hear.
Gabe from Wisconsin. You're on the phone. Cello.
What up?
What up, bro?
What up, Royce? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm freaking out right now. Like, I'm talking to, oh my God. Can I cuss? Is it okay? If I
Of course you
Of
can.
course.
Okay, holy shit. Okay, I didn't fucking expect to, like, get picked up, but, like, okay. So, like, okay, first of all, Royce, I just wanted to say, man, I'm a huge fan of your music, and, like, you inspire, like, me and so many of my other friends with our craft, and, like, just, like, you are, like, fucking insane to us. Like, I mean, holy shit, I'm, like, shaking right now.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
I love
Yeah,
the,
no
I
problem.
love the honesty. How he says he's
Yeah.
shaking.
I
He's
appreciate it,
I love
bro.
that.
I definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted to ask you, like, if, like, you could, like, look at yourself, or, like, if you could go back in time and talk to, like, the 16-year-old you know, like, young and, like, coming up in the game and, like, you know, you want to make it and shit, right? Like, before you knew, like, anyone, like, what's, like, the number one advice that you would want to give the 16-year-old Royce coming up in the game and, like, tell him, like, you know, like, this is what you got to do, man. Like, you got to stick to it.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you just said it. That was one of them.
Mhm.
Sticking to it is very important. You ever heard somebody say, I can't remember who made this quote, but they was like, the smartest thing I ever did was I didn't quit. And that's
Yeah.
like, that's basically anything that you want that's great, where you're looking for a great result, there's always going to be bumps in the road, and there's always going to be moments where you're going to get tested. And, you know, like, the true test of will is to see if you can, you know, make it through those moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I could just go back and talk to my 16-year-old self, I would say, listen to a little bit of the generic advice. You know the generic advice we get. You know what I'm saying?
From our parents.
Don't do drugs.
uncles.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't drink. All of the shit that just sounds generic. Because, like, when we get into this business, we look at we think it's some, you think you got to think outside the box and you got to come up with some grand scheme to make it. In this business, all you got to do is just focus.
Yep.
It's so easy. Like, it's way easier than people think if you're talented.
Right.
All you got to do is focus, do right by people, and make sure that you're consistent, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? But that shit sounds so easy
Yeah. Yeah.
that you'd rather just make the shit
But
hard for
humans
yourself.
just like making it more complicated.
I complicated the fuck out of my shit. So basically, all I'm saying is listen to the people who've been there before. They made those mistakes, so you don't have to. Like,
Nice.
that wisdom means something. So that's what I would say.
All right, another caller. Let's go to
We have Chef from Chicago.
Chi-Town. Chef, what's up, Chef?
What's going on, man? Hey, Roy, I actually vacationed in Detroit.
Did you?
Oh, wow.
Wait,
ladies
this
and
is
gentlemen,
good.
we have the hardest
Check it
brother
out,
in the
though.
world on the phone right now. He
Hey,
vacationed in Detroit, boy.
Hey, but let me tell you though. So my best friend is from Highland Park, man.
Okay.
Right? So I'm driving right now, and I hear Boblo. Boblo is my go-to right now. My wife probably tells me to quit playing this shit. She's like, you play it too much, but it's real groovy. But I got a place in Royal Oaks, Michigan, 350 Main Street.
Okay.
But every time and I had the pleasure of shaking your hand one night. I was downtown in Detroit, just moving around light. But I'll tell you, Detroit has some of the best people, some of the best food.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my man had this big thing with which chicks have the biggest ass. The Chicago chicks or Detroit chicks, they win by far.
I was telling everybody this earlier, man. Great people, great food. Yo, let me tell you a fun fact. Let me tell you a fun fact about Highland Park, because you said your best friend was from Highland Park.
Yeah, he's from the P.
Everybody from Highland Park can fight.
Everybody from Highland Park can
Every
fight.
single person, even the people who can't fight, can fight a little bit.
From
Highland
a little
Park.
bit, bro. But I mean, it's just when I go to the D, you know, and you know, the D carries this stigma because I'm in the process of putting 2 restaurants downtown on Woodward.
Good for you, man.
Congratulations, brother.
So,
Good for you.
So yeah, so you know, I think support comes from wherever you can find it when people are great people and they're doing well and you can get that vibe. And I never forget, most of the chicks I've ever talked to, I had the pleasure to meet, have been really down chicks from Detroit. And when I go downtown Detroit to the music hall or wherever it may be, I just get a great feel. My guy runs Shane Island. His mother, he's the tour manager for Najee. So we always sit off the lake when we go to Shane Park and get the music in. But you know, I think the D is a great place, and I'm glad y'all coming back. And I hope that it prospers, man. And you keep doing what you're doing, because most definitely we need more positive brothers worldwide to, you know, support what's going on in Detroit and the Flint, the Flint situation, because that's really important, man. When children are suffering and people are suffering, if you can use your platform to bring attention to those things, then you're doing a good job.
Absolutely, my brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Absolutely. He's adding to the value. He's opening up 2 establishments.
He is. And he's speaking honestly about the people of Detroit, so y'all don't think I'm just up here blowing smoke and
That's
shit.
what it is. Yo, Royce, man, I hate to say it, but our time is done.
Okay.
Would you please come back one day and hang out with us?
So what are you saying? You kicking me out? Or?
No. You can stay.
Remember, he wants to fight.
No.
He wants to fight.
He can stay.
No, I don't want to fight. No, wait. I'm sorry. Did I say that wrong?
I'm keeping it G. You can stay all you want. This is your station. You know, all the homies and everything. I'm leaving. But you can definitely stay.
But can you
Not a
stay
problem.
and listen to our unsigned pick of the week when we play it? It's coming up.
Shit, we forgot about
Is it
that.
coming up now?
Yeah.
I love Navani.
Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll say bye after that. Okay. All right. Shade 45. Unsigned pick of the week. You gonna introduce it?
Yes. So this is Latrell James coming from Boston, representing, and he's talking about his daily struggle in the song "Okay."
Okay.
Dope.
Cool.
Okay.
Shade 45, man. Navani did it again.
Yeah. What do we think?
Well, you're all right.
All right.
You got a good ear. You could be like an A&R or something.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I like that a lot.
You like it, Royce?
I like
Tell
it. I like
tell
that
him
a
what
lot.
you think.
I like that a lot. That was good. I like the production. I like everything about it. He was in key. He was using a lot of melody. He was harmonizing.
Right.
Shit, I like it.
Good job.
I like the message. I like what he's talking about.
That's
I mean,
what I like
it's
too.
good. That's good. I think the kid has a future.
All right.
Good job. Shout out to Latrell James in Boston.
That's what's up, man. Beantown. What up, man? Stand up. That's you. Y'all playing right now, right? The game on? Is that what's happening right now? Anyway, Royce.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna say bye.
Now you kicking me.
No, I'm not kicking you out. I can't kick you out. This is your house. You can stay here all you want. But it was a pleasure to talk to you. It was a pleasure to hear new music from you. I'm glad you rocking on. And I'm gonna take that line about being a legend and wait, what'd you say in your rhyme? Something about. Please say it for me. Legend. Wait. I'm a.
Something that he's out here, but he's in it.
I had a nerd who worked at Interscope. In a Coat by Kenneth Cole. Consult me about my image, bro. I'm the best rapper out this bitch. Except the only catch is that I'm in this hoe.
I'm in this hoe, yeah.
I like that.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for the quote.
I don't know if that was the one you were talking about, but I think that's fitting.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll take
that'll
it. I'll take it. I'll take
We can
it.
run with that one.
Everybody say bye to
Thank you.
hello.
Bye.
Say bye. Say bye, y'all. There's like 700 people in here. You're not gonna make it sound like it's nobody in here. You know what I mean? Say
Thank
bye,
y'all, man.
y'all.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Book of Ryan is available 5-4 on all platforms. Please
Social
go check
media,
it out.
give it out real quick somewhere. Website, something.
Yeah, you can check me out on Royce the 5'9", Instagram, Twitter. That's what I'm most active on.
That's what's up. Thank you again for coming. We'll
Thank
see you
for
again
having me,
soon.
brother.
Yes.
What you driving? What you driving these days, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Is that a trick question?
He's interviewing
I
you
got
now.
You always got nice cars.
I got a 750 outside BMW.
Okay.
It's last year's model. It's right. Last year's model.
humble.
Last year.
Did they change the body
Yes.
this year? They did?
No. 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm stuck with it for a little bit.
Poor you.
Yeah.
Poor
Tough
guy.
life.
What are you
Poor
driving?
Guy. Poor guy. I'm not driving. They won't give me my license. I got a couple cars, but I don't even want to shout them out, man.
So
'cause
he
I
got-
think-
Worries.
because
I ain't
you
supposed to
can't
be
Can't
driving.
even be driving.
I'm currently suspended right now, so
That's fine. You can get a.
Royce had.
Driver.
I'm
Somebody-
about
yeah.
to get a. I'm about to get a New Jersey license.
I think
I'm
Royce.
about to
That's the trick.
Detroit.
That's the
Yo,
trick.
Royce, I think still has a real fun side to him.
Yeah.
Don't let
Yeah.
this. Don't let this.
I'm straight laced.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you for coming,
Thank you
man.
for having me, man.
We're going to go check in with the Enforcers. My man Baseline from the Enforcers, Toronto, Canada. Stand up, world famous heavy hitters. And thank you to Ron Mills. Thank you to the big boss Paul. Thank you to Eminem. Thank you to anybody else I missed?
The listeners.
Kano,
The listeners. Who?
wasn't it? We met Kano. No.
Hi. And then Torch for running the boards. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Until next week. This is my man, Baseline. Shade 45.
Heavy hitter, suckers.